So in this video, we are going to see how to do a program to find if the given string is a palindrome. Now the palindrome is a string or a word which reads same if you read from right or left. For example, like Malayalam. So if you read Malayalam from starting, that is Malayam, or from end towards the first, you will read the same. So that is called as a palindrome. So we want to find if the given string is a palindrome. Now, there's a condition that is put forward that it should not be case sensitive. For example, if I write as capital M and everything else small, or there is all are small, or there is in between there is capital and small letter, still you need to get the correct word, correct output. And you are not allowed to use any other methods apart from caret and length. So let's see how we can do this. So again, the question is for palindrome. So let's say my word is Malayalam. So if I read from here, it is Malayam, or if I read from here, it is same, which means it is the palindrome. Another example is, let's say, a name called as Anna. So if you read from here or read from here, it is the same. So let's look at what should be the logic. So in the logic, if you let's take the smaller one, A N N A. So what you want to do is you want to compare the first and the last simultaneously. You want to check if it is same. Then you want to compare the second and the second last. And if there are many more letters, then you want to do the same for continuously for as many as number of letters as possible. So if I take again the example as Malayalam, then I can say that Malayam. So I need to compare first and last. Then I need to compare second and second last. Then I need to compare third and third from the last. Then I need to compare fourth and fourth from the last, etc. Okay. Now here you can see one thing, that here in this case the number of letters inside the string is 4. It's a 4-letter string, and the number of letters inside the string is 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. So this is an even string, even length string, and this is a odd length string. So you need to take care of these two in two different cases, because when you look at the even string, there is no letter in the string which need not be compared. But if you look at the odd length string, you can see that the letter at the middle, which is Y, you don't need to compare this letter because it stands alone. So you need to keep it as two different if cases. Okay. So basically, and also one more thing is that you don't need to go till end of the string. For example, you start from the first string, okay, and then you compare the first string and the last string. So for example, here the length is 9. So in the first loop, you compare the first and last. In the second iteration, you compare the second and second last. In the third iteration, you compare the third and third last. In the fourth iteration, you compare the fourth and fourth last. Okay, that's all. So if the length of the string is 9, then you are comparing only or you are running the loop only 4 times, because up to that, after that you can see whether it is a palindrome. So basically, if it is odd, it is example 9, then you need to compare only up to 9 by 2 times, or um, 9 by 2, if it is an integer, it is 4. Okay, and here you need to compare first, the first iteration you need to compare first and last. Second iteration you need to compare the second and second last. That's all. So when the length is an even, you need to run the loop only 4 by 2, that is 2 times. Okay, so basically there will be a loop involved, but the loop need not be running till the end of the string or till the end of number of length of the string. You can end the loop, you can run the loop only till the half of the length of the string. So let's look at the logic now. So if you look at the logic, first obviously is you need to input the number. So you should ask the user to input the string, sorry. So let's say I store this string in a variable called as var, sorry, str. Okay, now you need to find the length of the string. So let's say my length of the string is len str will give me the length of the string. Okay, now you need to have a loop. Obviously, as I said earlier, your loop need not run till the end of the string. The loop should run only till half of the length of the string by 2. Okay, and remember, this I, which is the loop variable, should be integer, because len string by 2 should not give you a decimal value. Obviously, this is loop iteration number, it cannot be an integer, it cannot be a floating value. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to see check each time if the string value at the ith position is equal to the string value at jth position. Now what should be j? So let me declare a variable j. The j should be initially should be set to length of string minus 1. Okay, so if you take the example of this Malayalam, so initially I will be 0, j will be 9 minus 1, 8, because this is at the 0th index, this is first index, second index, third index, fourth index, fifth index, sixth index, seventh index, and eighth index. So you want to compare the 0th index value letter with the 8th index letter. So basically here we are doing is string of I. When I equal to 0, j should be equal to 8. So you should compare string. So the first loop, it will be string of 0 is equal to string of 8. So this will be m in Malayalam, and this will be also this 0th index will be m, jth index will be m. If it is that, so if this is correct, then you should decrement j. Okay, you should decrement j, and you should run the loop. Okay, so in the first iteration, I will be 0. I'm taking the example of Malayalam. So in iteration number 1, I will be 0, j will be 8. So it will be comparing m and m. In iteration number 2, I will increment by 1. So I will be 1. Now, if the strings are same, the j will be decremented by 1, which will be 8 will be 7. So you will be comparing a, which is 1, and a, which is 7. So if both are same, that means it is going to a palindrome. Again, in the third iteration, I will increment by 1, that is I is equal to 2, and j will decrement by 1, which means j is equal to 6. So again, you will compare 2, which is index at 2 is L, and index at 6 is L. So it is same. Then again j will be decremented. So you see that it will keep on comparing. But if this statement, or if the equality breaks, that means if it is not a palindrome, then what should we do in the else statement? So basically, if the equality breaks at any point of time, you can set a variable that is palindrome. So I define a variable here. My name of the variable is palindrome. So I'm checking the variable is palindrome. So is palindrome is, I say 0, and I break the loop because I know that uh, it is not palindrome, and I can end the loop. So in outside the loop, I can check if is palindrome is equal to 0. Then I say print the given string is not palindrome. Okay. Now, when will I say that it is palindrome? So I need to have some condition inside this if condition saying that this palindrome. So obviously, if you look at this, if this loop completes, that means if I run this loop completely from I equal to 0 to length string -2, then it is a palindrome. So if it is a for loop, then I can say if the variable I is equal to whatever be the length of string minus by 2 minus 1, because you know that when the for loop is at the end, it will be, sorry, whatever be the length of string -1. So sorry, this loop condition should be -1 because length, because you are starting from index 0. So this loop condition should be -1. So whatever be the length of string -1, if I is that value, that means you are going to complete, you are in the last phase of the loop, then it means that it is, you have completed the complete search. Then you can set is palindrome is equal to 1, and you can break. So once you come out of this loop, you can see that in the else condition, you can say print the string is palindrome. But we have a condition. So here, this is case sensitive. For example, if capital M and small m is compared in this part, then it will say capital M is not equal to small m because they are different. So you need to see how you can change this code so that you will also include that even if the string, even if it is of different cases, it matches. So for that, you need to check something called as ASCII value or ASCII chart. So there is an ASCII, or there is 7-bit value assigned to every small letter or capital letter or any kind of characters. That is called as an ASCII value. And I can show you one ASCII character or ASCII chart. So this is an ASCII table. You can see that every number has an ASCII character. So for example, space, the corresponding decimal value for space is 32, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H capital letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H small letters. So for every character, there is an ASCII value. So what you want to do is, basically when you are doing a program, the program internally calculates the ASCII value of each of the characters and compares. So you want to keep an OR condition in this condition. So in this condition, you need to keep a OR condition. OR condition need to be kept, which compares string of I with the other case. Other case in the sense like, if currently it is small letter, you need to compare with the capital letter. If this is capital letter, you need to compare here with small letter. So that you need to find out how you can do this. Okay, so that is a bit of it's not tough one. It's just one single statement that you want to enter, and then you can see the output. So this is the logic, and this is the pseudocode, and you can start trying. Okay, thank you.